we decided that it was really important that the power of stories connect the residents and the students with each other. For the residents to tell their stories on the specific themes of the class, and then to hear from the students in return.
We want you to have a good sense of what happens here at St. John's. What do they do here? They break the community down into neighborhoods. What does that mean? What kind of services are provided? Because this is going to be your home once a week for a couple hours, and we want you to have a good sense of what this place is all about.
I chose this class because I was interested in gerontology and studies of the elderly people, and it honestly just piqued my interest, and that's why I signed up for it.
I want to use my social work degree to help older individuals inside either a hospital or a nursing home or hospice care. So I figured that this class being inside an actual independent living facility would be able to give me the perspective that I needed.
The class is based on the premise that the idea of aging is not well understood by younger people. The class is based on the premise that there are stereotypes of what it means to grow old. And if indeed there are stereotypes, and there are, the idea of the class is to let's talk to undergraduate students about the process of aging. What does it mean to grow older? What does it mean to live with stereotypes? With the idea that if you have younger people engaging in that type of discussion, hopefully they will learn that these are stereotypes. That it may be true to certain individuals, but certainly are not true to a broad spectrum of older people.
It gives us a chance to see not only different places in Milwaukee, but it definitely gives us a chance to interact with people that we probably would have never had the chance to talk to before.
What better way as a student to learn about what people who are aging want than to learn it from people who are aging?
I did have one experience of ageism. It happened to be a family gathering in which there were different age groups. I was the oldest one there. We were all sitting around having a wonderful time, laughing and talking, and suddenly the subject turned to Wisconsin politics. I had a few things I wanted to interject, but I couldn't get into the conversation, short of, slapping the table and saying, I've got something to say. I felt discriminated against.
I would have done the opposite of your family. I would have wanted to hear what the older generation had to say about the issue.
Your opinion matters just as much as anybody, if not more. You have more experience, more knowledge than anybody else in the family, so you would have been my first opinion.
I love those kids. And some of them aren't kids. Some of them are almost middle-aged adults. But they are, it just amazes me every time I talk to them that they have had experiences. They have had experiences with the aging that I haven't had. They are amazing people, and I can learn from them. So I'm really enjoying the class. I'd like to go and sit in all of them.
I hope that the students take away from this class the importance of working with this population, because they're just like you and I. They have thoughts, feelings, aspirations. Just because you're old does not mean that you can't be productive in life and enjoy yourself. I think the residents can take away from this class just being productive and sharing their ideas, their thoughts on the aging process, I think has been invaluable to the students. I mean, where can you get that out of a textbook? You can't.
I think part of the wisdom of growing old is accepting that you sometimes need help. Like the first time that an arm was extended to me, I thought, I can do that by myself. But I recognize that I can't, and that I've already broken a hip and a knee, so I know that, I can't.
We went through a lab today that simulates the physical changes that occur with aging. With younger, able-bodied adults, it's kind of difficult to perceive what these limitations may feel like. So the only way to put them through that scenario is to have them go through a simulation. So we set up certain stations to simulate physical changes that occur with aging, with sense of smell, taste, mobility, hand dexterity, vision. We have a great need for people who know how to work with older adults. We have, there's statistics out there that show 93% of social workers interact with older adults, but only 7% have a background working in gerontology. So there's a great need to understand barriers that exist with older adults and how to help them overcome those and how to live in stride.
The simple behavior of being there and being engaged with their discussion and talking to them is illustrative of older people. I'm interested. I'm interested in the world. I'm interested in their life. I'm interested in what's being taught to younger people about aging. And if they want to use me as an example of a specimen of an older person, great. And I'm just there to act normally. I'm not trying to put on a show. I'm not trying to do anything differently than I've always done. Just be there.
Because of St. John's on the Lake, I see that they've experienced a lot, and I'm just seeing that how they have so much in common with, they still love to read, they still love to work, most of them still have jobs even, which I was very surprised to learn about. So I think the relationship is excellent. I think we could definitely benefit from a lot of their experiences and a lot of their words.
Truthfully, I think even the general student population could probably learn a thing or two from this class.
I guess I would just want to say, if you ever do get the opportunity to take a class like this, that you should, because it's going to expand your horizons on what you can and can't do in your own life.
Residents that aren't, becoming like, they don't deactivate, Like, I think there's this concept that elderly people, you slow down, you get wise, you're kind of, sit in the rocking chair, but that's totally incorrect. And I really appreciate that's incorrect, because I feel like a lot of us have that image.
You take maybe one day out the week and shadow with the resident for about 6 hours. I think that would be very interesting, because you'll learn how they live and what they have to go through on their daily basis.
I was never really afraid of getting old. It was the how I got old that scared me. And listening to you guys and your insight is amazing, because, you've already done it. You've paved the way, and now we get to listen to you guys and your stories and kind of build our own off of that.